It's time to wind down and make poor decisions. Today we are at Salt Grill and Sky Bar to learn all about wine. I've actually drank quite a bit of wine in my whole lifetime, but I've never really remembered, what labels that I was drinking, even though I got drunk a lot of times. So today we're actually here to talk to the sommelier and understand more about wine and how to actually appreciate wine in its true form. Fazil is the brand ambassador for Southeast Asia VCT.
So we have two wines today. They're both coming from Australia, which is New World. When I talk about New World, it's basically all the countries out of Europe. And when we talk about Old World, so all the European countries are classified as Old World.
Italian, French.
Yes. As you can see, they have different color. One is a Semillon, which is from the Mount Pleasant. And then the other one is Chardonnay from Margaret River, Western Australia. We swirl the wine so that the aromatic is pushed up of the glass. And usually when it's darker in color also, it tells you that the wine's a bit more aged. And when we tilt it, we can see the core and the rim. When you tilt this way, you have an oval shape, right? If there's a lot of variance between that core and that rim color, it always tells you that the wine has been aged. The more different it is, the more older the wine is.
Okay.
So these are all the signs that tells you about the wine. With Semillon, you get a bit more citrus flavor. You get very crisp acidity. With Chardonnay,
Okay, wait, let me guess. Australian Chardonnay, I drank that a lot. Oak, right? That's always
yes,
like this.
oak likes Chardonnay a lot. They combine well together.
What are some of the other common white varietals?
Definitely Sauvignon Blanc. Apart from that, we have Pinot Gris or Pinot Grigio. So now you taste the Semillon. You swirl it and tilt it a bit to look at the color. And as you can see, it's quite light. And then you nose it, take a good sniff.
It's quite light though.
So the aroma profile is not pronounced, we say. So usually you get green apple, you get green fig, you got all the citrus flavors.
My nose not so dry. Can't get any of that.
And then you take a little bit of sip and then you just kind of gargle it in your mouth.
This is very acidic. It's
Very
really
acidic,
like
very sharp.
green apple.
Yes.
So moving on to the Chardonnay. Is there a way to hold the wine?
The reason we don't hold the wine at the cup.
You warm the
because,
wine, right?
Yeah, you warm the wine kind of.
Is there any technique to swirling?
So
like-
three types that I know. One is you do that on the table. One is you hold that and then you swirl. I've seen
Feels
some
like I'll
people
break
who,
the glass.
yeah. So do you get a
lot more
bit
like-
more tropical?
Banana. Am I supposed to get banana? Maybe.
We all have different olfactory. Some of the things that I get, you may not see it.
Depends on different experience. Right? Like
Correct.
if-
When somebody said to me, mulberry, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah. I have no idea what mulberry tastes like.
And then,
This is a very complex Chardonnay.
do you get floral? Do you get
Yeah.
herbal?
Definitely prefer this a lot more than this one.
As you can see, both are different color again. The lighter one is coming from New Zealand, the grape varietal called Pinot Noir. The darker one is coming from Argentina, grape varietal called Malbec. Between the two, can you make a guess which is the fuller body?
The heavier colored one, like
Yes.
the darker one, right?
The Pinot Noir is always showing grapefruit flavors. Talking about strawberries, raspberry, cranberry.
It's quite tricky to grow, right?
Yes, it's super tricky to grow. And Pinot Noir makes one of the best wine in the world and most expensive too. The Malbec from Argentina, as you can see from the color, is quite inky. Very fruit forward, blueberries, blackberries, chocolate, mocha. Usually you get all the baking spice like clove, nutmeg.
Can we just go into the common other red grape varieties like what's that? Shiraz?
We have Merlot, we have Shiraz and Cabernet Sauvignon.
So I probably want to try the
Pinot Noir
first, right?
So a little bit.
That's kind of musky. You are the expert. You tell me what am I supposed to get out of this?
So black plums, berry fruits, hints of chocolate.
The first thing that hit me was the
Acid.
acidity actually.
Yes.
Not so much of chocolate, maybe the berries perhaps.
The berries,
Yeah.
like leafy character or like tree bark or like woody character.
Can't identify.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. All right, let's go to the Malbec. It smells very familiar, but I can't identify it. What would you say this smells like? Feels like dark berries to me.
Yes, forest berry, blueberry. Let's see whether the black back label say anything. Oh yeah, violets.
Violets.
Yes.
Oh, the flowers.
Yeah.
I've never tasted violets, so I wouldn't know what violets taste like. Okay, I'm getting the spice now.
When you do food and wine pairing, there's quite a number of rules. guides. The first one is that when you have a light food, you need to pair it with a light wine. Wine and food has to be in balance. And the second element is that you need to choose a wine with a medium plus to high acidity.
Right.
Because acid helps to cut through the fattiness and the oiliness. Steaks and lamb are fantastic to pair with red wine rather than white wine. The spicy food needs to be mellowed down by wine which is dry or medium sweetness. So when you have that tom yum, when you have that Sichuan, you want to pair it with...
Spicy with semi-sweet.
Yes. So without further ado,
Okay.
we have the Chardonnay from Woodlands to pair with the Fremantle Octopus. What do
Is
you
that a
think?
procedure to like eat and drink at the same time? Or?
So people eat first, then they drink because they just want to wash. When you do a pairing whereby you felt that the wine actually enhance the flavors of the food, that's where you look for in terms of food and wine pairing.
Yeah, this works because the octopus itself is very salty.
Salty.
But it goes with the Chardonnay, which is on the sweeter side and a bit acidic as well. So now we're gonna try pairing with the lamb.
We got the lamb cutlet and a bit of the shoulder there. As you can see, the dish are very rich. I picked for you the Malbec from Mendoza, Argentina. Again, the first point is to ensure that the weight of them are in balance. So you get a big, full body red wine to pair with a rich and heavy dish. So bon appetit.
Feels like the wine brings out a lot more of the herbs.
The herbs,
The
okay.
spices. It gets more prominent when I take the
taste it
wine.
together.
Yeah. The whole meal becomes a lot more balanced with the addition of wine. If not, sometimes you get a bit too gelat or
Gelat.
like the sweet. What's gelat in English?
Yeah.
Overpowering. I don't know. Sick of the flavor. It cuts through the fats as well,
Yeah.
and makes it a whole lot more enjoyable. So I hope everyone has learned a lot more about wine. Thanks to Fazil here, who has taught us all about tasting wine and answering some of the questions that we had. Let us know what else you want to know about other foods. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, and see you another time.